interesting things that can happen here.
While Luma's definitely going to be the crux of Escalator taking away a lot of stage control from Koga, I feel that how patiently Mr. Escalator plays this out, regardless of Luma's presence, can make a big difference into this match.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Rosa herself has rather long-reaching normals, and if played patiently enough, Escalator can play around Lucina.
Yeah, and as you can see there, Koga is not afraid of Rosalina at all. He's just going to use that sword to try and break those two up and get as much damage on Rosa as he can. Just like that, though, recovers pretty easily.
Yeah, regardless of how infamous Rosa's kill power and combo potential can be, thanks to Luma, that means nothing in a poke war.
Yeah.
Where Lucina is queen.
Yeah, literally just big old sword, hitting things. It's awesome. And gets the down air, sending him way down. Going to finish that stock off. Koga looking good right now.
A little bit of a dubious ledge situation. Looked like he got knocked into Smashville.
Yeah.
Setting up for a tech situation that, honestly, no one would really come to be prepared for in that very specific situation, especially as Koga did have the spacing to just spike him with down air. That being said, though, moving into this next stock, and Koga's already making sure to keep the pressure on.
Yeah, I mean, he's very aware of Luma, and he's very aware of when he wants to kill Luma right there. You can tell he's not afraid of just letting Escalator kind of do his own thing and go after the support character there. And that's another down air. Nice tech situation there, though. He was ready for it that time.
Escalator definitely more aware of the danger at hand.
Now, ooh, that down air going to definitely take that, sending him straight off to the right side. Koga coming back strong with invincibility.
Yeah, even though down air has like notable meteor properties from both Rosalina and Luma, the remaining hitbox that's off to the sides has great kill potential.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, especially there when you're just like stuck on the right side in the air. You can't even dodge. Wow, shield break. Boom! That's going to be it. Game 1 going to Koga. That was solid. Coming down with that shield breaker. Whew.
It's a great spacing tool. And one of the better parts of Koga's play is that he's often going to be spacing around with forward air, back air. Neutral air comes out, but that's more of like a, one on the assault kind of deal. So that's another one that's sort of saved.
Yeah, when you're coming down, a lot of times you don't expect that shield breaker.
It's a very good mix-up tool for that very purpose, especially if he's forcing his opponent into defensive situations quickly.
Oh, yeah. So starting off game 2, we're going Town and City. Good solid stage.
Yeah, I feel there's a great stage pick from Escalator. Smaller blast zones and more platform variety is going to allow for Escalator to turn situations a lot easier, especially if he tries to ghost Koga, play around the platforms, and then during the transitional period, take advantage of no platforms, force a juggle situation.
Yeah.
There's a lot of aspects of the stage that can play into Escalator's favor, but he needs to be into advantage first and make that happen.
Yeah, I'm going to say I like how aggressive Koga is in this matchup. He's not letting Escalator kind of sit in the back and maybe throw a Luma out and just kind of get these hitboxes that he wants to throw. Koga's making sure Escalator is as uncomfortable as he can be. And just like that, there it is, a forward smash. Going to take that first stock. Escalator taking a second to himself.
I mean, you're on the Angel platform. You might as well, calm down, assess the situation, especially how quick that stock was. Within the first minute, Escalator had lost his stock.
And that can really damage a player's mentality a lot of times when you get stock taken that quickly. So, good call. Koga, though, coming back.
Yeah, even with the bonk on the bottom of the base platform, nothing that Koga is unfamiliar with coming back from, and the pressure is just looking insurmountable at this rate.
Yeah, you can tell Escalator is not in a position where he wants to be right now. Up throw, up air, gonna miss.
Yeah, he had spaced that as though Luma were there, and of course that's muscle memory coming into play. Unfortunately for Rosalina and Luma, just the Rosa up air itself doesn't take up a lot of space. It's good, but it's kind of small.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Getting him sent up high, but that top blast zone, a bit large. That's gonna take it that time, though. A couple extra percent is all he needed.
If you're going to be using the hitbox to try and just space out, get an early kill, and Luma's not on the field, up smash is the way to go.
Yeah, forward smash, though. Mr. Escalator looking a little pressured right now. Not looking comfortable at all, and that's the thing he wants. Koga charging that up smash. Thundercats.
My man's committed to the entire up smash.
Yeah. Okay.
I respect.
Yeah. This is a tough spot for Koga now. Escalator looking a little dominant now in that combo, but not a whole hell of a lot you can do. Once he has Koga off stage like
Koga's
this,
actually in a really bad spot right now.
That's going to be it.
because he's dead.
Yeah, that was a worse spot to be in. And just like that, You saw when Koga's off stage, Mr. Escalator was just like, all right, you know what? Just keep knocking him off. He can't recover all the time, and that's kind of where Mr. Escalator wants him to be. It's about how easy you can get Koga there, though.
Yep.
Being the solo Lucina main, he definitely knows where Lucina's strengths shine. And one of them is where on these flat stages like this.
We've seen that Kogarasuma has no trouble with getting around Luma. Like, he's just able to poke through, regardless if it's just an open assault on Luma itself, or using moves that he knows is going to extend through Rosalina or even shield to poke out at Luma.
Yeah.
So that's sort of a non-factor here. But playing around where he's able to catch Mr. Escalator on landings, being able to just build up damage easily, I feel like FD is a great choice for Koga.
Oh, definitely. And now it looks like Mr. Escalator's taking a different approach to this game 3. He's a little bit more aggressive. You can see him, you know what? He's just going to go in. He's going to kind of put pressure on Koga and not let Koga get in the room to space like he wants to, especially with that large sword. But Koga, he can respond in kind. He's okay with it. A little dancing blade sending Mr. Escalator off stage. He's making it back relatively easy. Rosa has a pretty decent recovery.
Yeah.
Very linear, but it goes far.
Yeah, shooting star is interesting because it leaves you open on the initial release. But once Rosa's in that free fall, if Luma's around, Luma can operate during that. So it's not entirely defenseless.
Yeah.
And missing the attack once again is going to be Mr. Escalator's bane, losing a relatively early stock despite having a lot of the pressure built up in his favor.
Yeah, and he just kind of hit his head on FD and went straight down. He was not ready for that spike. But just like that, even it up just as quick.
Now we're sitting in the game 3 last stock situation. This is where things are going to really come out to put the pressure on both of these players. However, both of these characters operate well in this kind of high-pressure situation.
Now it just comes down to the players themselves. How well can they really operate when their pressure's on? Mr. Escalator seems like he's not deviating from his strategy from before. He's not trying to let Koga have that space.
Q used to star bits. Very interesting call from Escalator. And even though it landed, didn't really get too much against Koga.
Yeah.
Excellent job on Koga challenging the hitbox. He found himself in a really sour position where Escalator could have ended that out with a series of up airs.
Yep. He's okay now. Trying to get the shield breaker, but Mr. Escalator recognizing that he does not want to sit in shield like that again. I think that little star bit thing that we saw too was the only time that we've really seen Luma come into play with these attacks. Koga has been very on top of making sure Luma is not in a very valuable position.
Yeah, it wasn't until the stocks that had ended Koga in game 2 where Luma has really been a factor. And I feel like that just plays into how important Luma is in this.
Oh yeah, it's very important. Now Koga's off stage. This is where he's kind of weaker, especially with the character Lucina, but I want to see what Mr. Escalator can do, and that's going to take it. Wow. That was not what I was expecting to go out
that was
from,
definitely a gamble, especially as Luma
my
came
gosh.
in and was ready to be utilized.
Oh, yeah, that could have been bad for Koga. But manages to stay calm and get it done. Mr. Escalator adapting pretty well in Game 3. After taking Game 2, a little bit of his confidence came back. Looked good.